has a lot of regret over the way that they loved you. Someone's going through this energy right now where somebody is realizing that they never loved you in the way that you wanted to be loved. And this person thought that they loved you enough because they loved you from their own perspective. This person loved you from what they believed love was supposed to be. But I'm getting this feeling or this energy where you act very, very different when you pull back your energy, when you pull back your emotions from this connection. And this person never saw that as you needing, subconsciously, you needed this person to make a choice or a decision about you when you pulled back your energy. But what I'm getting is that this person thinks that you're being loved because they think that they're loving you enough from their own perspective. But what's happening with this energy is that this is your cry for help, and this person thinks that you are playing games. But you can't express verbally to this person that you need them to do more or be present because you're exhausted. This person has exhausted your emotions, but it's like you don't know necessarily if this person's done this on purpose or not, because this person does love you. But they love you when they are ready to love you. They don't love you when you need to be loved. And what I'm seeing with this energy is that you're starting to prioritize your emotions. And it means that this person can't look at you and they can't tell themselves that you're necessarily moving on or you're trying to get over them. So this person's trying to give you the silent treatment, or they're trying to be distant because they're trying to test your reactions and your responses. I'm getting this feeling that you are showing this person everything that you need this person to be or to recognize, and they're still not getting it. Like you're giving this person subconsciously clues or cues on what they need to do to love you or to be with you or to be present, but they're still not getting it. They're still not getting it because they're seeing everything from this perspective that you've already let go of them, and their abandonment wounds, their fear of rejection, their fear of being abandoned is starting to come through for them. So what I'm getting is that they're being shady, they're being distant, they're not opening up to you with their emotions. But what's happening with this energy at the same time is that this person's being able to see from their own perspective how they're not loving you enough. Because I'm seeing that with the Two of Cups, they want this even more. They want this even more. And there's some type of an energy where because you've actually pulled back your emotions, you've pulled back your energy, this person knows that you're actually not necessarily moving on. They know there's still something more to be said. They know there's still something more to be done. They know that there's this waiting game. They know there's this anticipation because they know that there's more communication here. This is the Eight of Wands coming forward, the King of Pentacles. This person knows they gotta bring their A game. This person knows they got to make a difference right now, this second, or they're going to lose you for good. And what I'm seeing is that this person has never, ever felt that amount of pressure in love before. They've felt pressured in other ways, but they've never felt like they needed to get validation in another situation from pressure. So what I'm seeing is that the reason why they're testing your reactions and your responses is because they don't want to end up feeling like you were their tower moment. This person can't handle this. Okay, this person is starting to see everything from your perspective because they're going through everything and they're getting clarity in their own actions here. Someone is really, really jealous of your energy, but I'm kind of getting the feeling this person's trying not to overreact on an emotional level. So they're distracting themselves from reacting over emotionally by trying to breadcrumb you at the moment. This person, they're trying to test you with a choice or a decision. Because I'm getting the feeling that you haven't made a choice or a decision verbally to this person. You've reacted like emotionally, and maybe you've gone no contact, or you're giving this person the cold shoulder. But this person doesn't know if you're trying to tell them a message. This person doesn't know if you're trying to say something to this person by doing it physically and not so much giving a message to this person. So what I'm getting is that this person's going back into the past they had with you, because they know they gave you the silent treatment. But it's karma coming back towards this person because they never knew what you actually meant when you said something, because they gave you the silent treatment, because they thought they wanted something different. So what I'm seeing is they are going back on the past right at this moment, because they're trying to understand your verbal cues. They're trying to understand the way that you communicate, because this person never got reassurance over it from the past. This is a really funny energy, because a lot about this relationship has been this person believing they've been ready for it, but they've never walked away from it, because they've always been distracted by their practicality, by their practical responses. So what I'm seeing is that this is karmic retribution for this person, but the cycle has ended. So what's happening is it's beyond this person's control, the way they react to you now, the way they speak to you, because they're trying to make this relationship casual. But the reason why they're trying so hard to make this connection casual is because they're overreacting to the commitment this relationship is now becoming. This relationship is like changing, and this person's trying to keep up with it changing, but they're trying to put up a boundary because they're so scared about your reactions and your responses. Now, this connection is reached that ending of it being a karmic cycle, because they're going back on the past. They're going back on themselves. It's almost like this person isn't accepting who they've become in your silence and your absence. So the past is somewhat saving this person from accepting who they're becoming. They don't like who they're becoming because they don't trust themselves. This person's almost like in this energy of a purgatory. They're not really anywhere. There's something about this person feeling like they're not even fitting in, because they're lying to themselves, they're deceiving themselves, they're thinking very practically. And normally this person trusts that they know where they are, because they give themselves emotional reasons to live or be. But what I'm seeing is that they're thinking way too practically, because they don't actually trust their emotions. They don't trust they can cope without you. So what I'm seeing right this moment is they're going back on the past, because they know they've missed something. They know they've missed something about you, because they know they've given you the silent treatment. So what I'm seeing is that they're trying to give themselves reactions or responses, because they're trying to cope with some type of an epiphany. Basically, this is the first time this person realizes they can't move on from you, because they realize they don't like who they are at the same time. So they're going back on the boundaries that they created. They're going back on their self-sabotaging tendencies. And it means this person knows the exact way they want you to react or respond. So the reason why they're trying to test your emotions or your reactions at the moment is because they're trying to get a specific reaction or a specific response out of you. It wouldn't surprise me if this person tries to get a rise out of you. It wouldn't surprise me if this person tries to create drama or contradiction, because they're trying to distract themselves from getting angry. They're trying to distract themselves from an emotional reaction or an emotional response, because this person realizes the second they give themselves emotional confirmation, this person realizes all of the boundaries they enforced mean absolutely nothing. Body is so angry and annoyed that you are not talking to them at the moment. This person's really angry and they're really mad and they're really annoyed, because they walk in and out on you to try and reject their love, to try and reject their emotions, because they feel that they have to be unhappy with you, that you haven't given this person the reactions and the responses that it is that they are after. But what I'm getting with this energy is that this person uses your love, your energy, and your emotions as a distraction to actually avoid the real emotions about you. They try to reject your love, because I'm getting the feeling that the way that you come into this person's life was very, very significant, but they tried to ignore that, because this person felt like your energy was very unfamiliar. This person is someone that lives life very cautiously, and they live life very, very comfortably. But what I'm getting is that they're holding back on their masculinity, because this person feels like you're being unkind, because they feel like they've exhausted themselves trying to make an impact, trying to make a difference on you, trying to be noticed by you. But they're giving love that doesn't compare to this kind of connection. They're giving love that is only part of what this person can give you, because you've made this person excel. This is a connection that held so much promise. It holds so much potential, but this person's only giving you a part of their love, because they can only see this connection because they've made it so sheltered. This relationship is supposed to push this person out of their comfort zone. And what I'm getting is they're really deflecting their emotions onto you. That's why they're angry and they're annoyed at you, because you're giving this person a taste of their own medicine. You're making this person see that they've been rejected and they've been abandoned because they have done it themselves. Everything this person does is self-inflicted, but you don't give this person the reactions and the responses that they think that they need, because the reactions and the responses they need from you are actually ones they're not allowing you to do. They're not allowing you to react or respond in the way that this commitment should be. So what I'm getting is that this person's like communicating to you or doing things that are really, really subtle, but it's not working because the commitment has reached past the point of it just being casual. And what I'm seeing is that this person doesn't know what the two of you are because they've done it. But it's like you go no contact because you're trying to figure that out. And I'm getting the feeling this person's over clingy, and they're over clingy when you go no contact because they think they need to be in complete control of having communication with you. But this person misses that your emotional responses, or this person misses how much you are present with this person in the relationship, because they're focusing on other perspectives that don't need to be there. They're focusing on feeling like they need to get reactions and responses that are casual because they have not appreciated who you are. And what I'm getting is that it's almost like this person's being punished, but they can't move on from you at the same time. And they can't move on from you because they're trying to make this commitment casual when it's not supposed to be casual. Someone's finding it very, very difficult to express their emotions towards you because someone thinks that you've got other options. Someone thinks that you've got other options coming in. Maybe someone thinks you're distracted. Maybe someone thinks that you're not giving them enough time. But what I'm getting is that this person is lying to themselves emotionally about how much they're trying to get your attention. This person's very, very over clingy, but they are trying to give themselves reassurance by ignoring their emotions, by ignoring how they feel about reacting towards you. This person is going to have some type of an angry outburst though because they're doing this, because there's something about this person being held back with their emotions, but they're trying to prepare themselves for the pain. They're trying to prepare themselves from being able to move on from you. What I'm getting is they are invalidating their own emotions because they're doing this, and you start to see a little bit of it come out, like little bits of a time. This person might be angry or mad or passive aggressive because they're holding back on their emotions because this person's waiting for you to react. They're waiting for a response from you. But what I'm getting is that this person's giving themselves a silent treatment. And the funny thing is that they want to be angry and mad at you because they know they're going to lose control of their emotions towards you. They know they're going to lose control of not being able to hold themselves back. So what I'm getting is they're trying to deflect that. They're trying to be mad and they're trying to be angry at you because they know that they're not going to be able to lie to themselves about their emotions. So they're trying to take control. But what's happening is you're not reacting or responding to this person because it doesn't matter how you react. It doesn't matter how you respond. You're ready for this person. They're the ones that aren't ready for you. They're the ones that aren't ready for this connection. So it's like they're trying to reject you. They're trying to reject your love because this person's trying to self-sabotage the connection. But what I'm getting is there's all this hot and cold energy and passive aggressive energy because this person's not recognizing that they're ready for you. They're not recognizing this commitment. They're trying to make this commitment something casual. And the reason why they're finding it so difficult to express their emotions towards you is because they've outgrown the casual commitment, but they don't know if you've done that because they've never allowed you to make a choice or a decision about this new commitment. So what I'm getting is this person is constantly living in the past with you. They're constantly living in the past tense. And when they break away, when they initiate no contact or put up a boundary, this person's actually supposed to be making a choice or a decision about that themselves. But they don't. They're deflecting their emotions onto you because they know deep down they're doing something wrong. This person's always questioning themselves. They're always it's like this person's having double standards when they're with you because you've excelled this person's expectations, but they've wasted time. And this person knows that. They've wasted too much time overthinking, over worrying, being in the past, that this person is now actually so scared that you've actually moved on and they've missed their shot with you.